students of varying ages, and I've seen both the good and the not so good. The students seem to want to work less and less. They whine more and more about the slightest bit of work, especially if they should have to take anything home. Their work ethic is suffering, and more students are mentally checking out and choosing not to participate. We have seen an influx of students transferring schools or dropping out of school altogether in this year. It is so frustrating. There has to be a better way than what we are doing. We have to continue to raise students' confidence while continuing to push them to better themselves and not settle for anything less than their best.
I've been working with students for roughly about 20 years, and I have become a little frustrated with the attitudes of teachers, all the different things that we have to do in order to teach the kids. Just a little background, when I was in school, we had the paddle, and guaranteed that if you forgot homework or misspoke to a teacher, you never did it again, because that was, not a good thing, and you got a paddle, whether it was in the principal's office or in front of the class. So I have seen a big shift in the lack of respect that is shown not only to adults, teachers, but also peers. They're not nice kids to each other, and I feel sad for that, because that's our future. I believe that a lack of respect is not being taught, and if we do teach it, sometimes it's not well accepted. As far as going to the different standards and the teaching of school and homework and homework which should be done at home, kids are finding less and less time to do that. They are not taking school seriously. They are not, in my opinion, not for lack of trying, but they are not preparing themselves well for the real world. I'm a big proponent of giving zeros. If they don't do the work, they don't get a grade. And that just goes back to, in the real life, no one is going to give you points or a paycheck if you don't do the work. So it's just kind of disappointing that the kids are becoming less and less enthralled with school, and the dropout rate is becoming bigger and bigger, wider and wider, I guess. And I can't remember what's. I think part of our problem with students and adults alike is the influx of new technology that is being thrust upon everyone. Back in the day, we had encyclopedias as our Google. There's absolutely nothing that you can't look up on the internet, good or bad. The instant gratification, I think, is another thing that is really a big struggling point for students, as they want something right away, but if they don't get it in their time frame, they get upset. They don't know how to be patient and wait. Oh wait, that's just academics are a real struggling point, as most kids, again, don't like to do homework. They don't like to do work. Their work ethic is not what I would consider real life ready. They tend to whine and complain. They tend to be, they'd rather have people do it for them, and I think that's part of the problem, is that we have gone for participation trophies, and everybody is special, and we have to make exceptions for everyone. Whereas, no, you don't really have to. There are some cases, yes, you do, but you really need to make the kids think that this is their job, this is important to them. And sometimes teachers' hands are tied for one reason or another. They're told what they can and can't do. And I really feel for the teachers that want to become more, I guess what I want to say is there are teachers that want to help kids become more career ready, and there just are factors that aren't going to allow that. I think assignments should be done in class. If they're not done in class, they go home for homework. If they're not done, those that aren't done, they're wrong. I guess maybe I'm pretty old school, but I know that I know what the real world is, and for these kids to get out there, they don't have any idea what's ahead of them. A lot of them feel that they just want to drop out, and that's not going to solve any more problems, because then it becomes more of a social issue. But I really think that technology and all of its devices has played a huge role in the lack of performance from kids. The internet can be a world of knowledge if they just chose to use it right. Assignments given to kids, they don't even type it in. They just talk to the computer, and so I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. I mean, I know what the problem is, but as how to fix it, I'm not quite sure on that.
We need a change, and we need one now. We need to stop fostering an attitude of apathy and a behavior of learned helplessness. To find out what you can do to help, please visit the Raising the Bar website at the link listed below and get involved with your local schools, or be an advocate for your school district to your local politicians. Wake up, America. We need to be more aware of what is happening within our schools and classrooms, because they hold the future.